The Uffizi Gallery in Florence is one of the world's most famous museums. The building complex is a work of art in its own right, and it's Eike Schmidt's new workplace.
It delights me every morning. I arrive at the Uffizi from the Arno at the rear, and when I see it early in the morning, it feels like home. It's much too large, but it's home just the same, and it delights me every morning.
Eike Schmidt started his post as director of the Uffizi in November. A stroll through the museum is like a survey of the masterpieces of centuries of art. The collection includes more than 2,000 works, the latest exhibits from the 17th century.
Details are important for the visitors, too, so I try to attend to some of the small details, not just the big things, though selectively, of course. Here in Italy, you also need to talk to people, whether it's an electrician or someone from the art crew. You work with them, hear how it's going, ask if there are any problems. You can't just issue commands from your desk.
One of the most famous works is The Birth of Venus by Sandro Botticelli, one of the greatest painters of the Italian Renaissance. It ranks among the highlights of European art. For Eike Schmidt, who is the first non-Italian to be appointed director of the Uffizi, the painting also holds personal significance.
One reason why I love Botticelli's Birth of Venus is because the theme is actually the wind. The wind is a metaphor for the spirit, so the theme is how the spirit is inspired by beauty. As a museum director, that's what gives me new strength and inspiration every day.
Schmidt has worked as an art historian on the international stage for many years. He was a curator in Washington, D.C. and Los Angeles, and was an art expert for Sotheby's in London. Those experiences made him an ideal candidate for the Uffizi directorship.
I had the good fortune to spend 7 years in Florence, doing research and working on my dissertation. Even back then, I saw that as an enormous privilege. It was as if those were the last years of my youth, and then I went to the U.S. But I kept returning to Florence, because it had become like a second home.
His appointment caused quite a stir. In Italy, not everyone agreed with the Culture Ministry's choice.
Normally, promotions go to the person who's been waiting the longest, and age was the main criterion. It was basically an inherited post. But Minister Franceschini opened up that system by publishing an international job posting in several international specialist publications. That's bringing in new people. And the structure of the museums has also been changed. Now we have 20 autonomous museums, each with control over its own budget.
Schmidt is expected to bring fresh energy into the Uffizi and attend to issues that have long been neglected by the museum administration. The Uffizi is to become more visitor-friendly, and the long ticket lines are to be reduced.
Italy has missed the boat on some trends. They've been at the top for so long, and they were resting on their laurels. But the visitors come from around the world, and they expect something that we cannot yet offer.
Eike Schmidt's plans include a museum cafe and giving visitors access to a hidden passageway, just two of the many tasks facing him as museum director.